Academy meetings, and I can tell you that I'm very, very excited today, and actually not only today, for the last few days, I'm very, very excited. I mean, I've been in this market for many years, more than 20 years, in the market of trading in different kinds of financial capital markets, be it currencies or stock market or commodities. I started with metals, trading metals on London's metal exchange. That was long time ago. Never been time like it is now. I mean, what is happening right now is so exciting. Honestly, I lost my sleep. And I mean, now is the time to be in the crypto market because things like that do not happen twice in a lifetime. It's just once in a lifetime opportunity, and let's take good opportunity, this opportunity to make best results for us. So again, welcome you to our crypto trading school meetings. Today we're going to talk about what actually is happening in the markets. I mean, what made me so excited, and I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. We are talking also, we will be talking about robot strategies. I mean, I was planning to talk about how to connect your robots to your exchange account. And this was my plan. And I was all prepared for it. And I promised last time that I would show it all to you how to do that in great details. But, you know, I cannot miss the opportunity of talking what is happening right now in the markets. So we will talk about robots next time. Don't worry, I'm sure we will. Right now, I want to talk mostly, we will talk a little bit about robots today, but what I promised we will do next time. So market this week, we'll talk about our two favorite assets, Bitcoin and Ethereum, but today we're going to move a little bit away from that. We're also going to talk about two hot items, I mean, which everybody heard about. It's Dogecoin and Ripple. Okay, so this is Bitcoin chart as of this morning, actually, or last night. I mean, it's one daily chart. Seems like it resumed its upward trend. And oh no, I'm sorry, this is not Bitcoin. This is Ethereum. I mean, we'll talk about Bitcoin in a second. It's moving nicely. It's moving nicely. I mean, there is no questions that the trend is bullish right now, and basically, if you are an investor, you got in, you wait, and you basically do nothing, but the market will make money for you. This is a 4-hourly trade chart of Ethereum. So if you are a trader, beside being an investor, you can take a good opportunity, use this opportunity of market correction to make a little bit more money. And again, as I said, our robots do this for you, so you don't have to be at the computer all the time. But if you want to learn it yourself, we will have some good strategy meetings in the nearest future. Okay, this is Bitcoin. This is daily chart of Bitcoin, and I want to show you something. This is okay, I'll say it in a second. So it's also basically upward trend with few correction. If we're talking about 4-hour chart, it gives, again, as I said, possibility to make money in a short term, but still I mean, you need to know how to do it. I do know, and I will share this, as I said, this information with you. Right now, just be attentive and careful with what you're doing. One thing that I need to mention, this particular, I wanted to show it right here. This is 4-hour, right here. You know what this is? Mr. Musk told the world that Tesla is going to add 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin to the company balance sheet. And this is the largest daily candle in Bitcoin history. I mean, I remember the times when Bitcoin was around this $8,000-9,000, and everybody would say, wow, in this one single day, Bitcoin rose for $8,871. Well, I don't know if this doesn't make you excited, I don't know what would. Today, we're also going to talk just a few words about another not neglected, but another equity, another asset, which is Ripple. You know, maybe you remember this wonderful saying that Mark Twain said when he wrote in newspaper his own obituary. He said, well, the rumors about my death are slightly exaggerated. Well, the rumors about XRP death seems like they're also exaggerated. What it is connected to, I don't know, honestly, probably to the, well, we know what happened, why Ripple fell down that much. That was because of the suit from Security and Exchange Commissions in the US. And that, of course, I mean, it almost got to the level of being banned in the States, but it wasn't. And I think it's striking back, and right now it's really moving back. It's almost there where it was at the height. So it's a little bit preliminary to write it off your balance sheet. I mean, if you're trading in Ripple, be careful, but but also be optimistic as well. That's I am. Now, now about things that are away from the markets, but more of the perception of the crypto. I mean, Bitcoin just replaced gold as the fourth most popular investment vehicle in the US. The first one, of course, it always was, and it always will be the stock market. I mean, when I lived in the US, I could go out on the street and ask 10 people, and 8 or 9 out of them would invest in stock market. Well, of course, there was no crypto back then, but still, I mean, people are into stock market always and always will be. Then, of course, then of course there is real estate, there are bonds, and now Bitcoin is the fourth most popular investment in the US, and that is telling us about the change of perception of this asset in the people's eyes. But it all depends, it's all very geographical. Huge cultural difference. I mean, you can see that the recent poll showed that 76% of Americans view cryptocurrency positively, and 78% of Japanese view cryptocurrencies negatively. Maybe that's why we don't hear that many news about new crypto developments from Japan. We hear a lot from Asia, from that part of Asia, but not from Japan. So I don't know what, maybe they know something, or maybe they're too conservative to change the Japanese. I mean, maybe they're too conservative about getting into this fast and full track. But well, this is what it is. Now, very, very important. I mean, when something becomes the slice of life, real slice of life, people who are not in the market, people who are away from the market, but people whose names we know very well, are actually telling everybody in the world that they are going to be crypto investors. Celebrities, politicians, well, actually, I was going to say sports people, but they're also celebrities mostly. So the latest person who jumped on the wagon was Lindsay Lohan. She tweeted Bitcoin to the moon. Well, unlike when Mr. Musk did that, it didn't impress the markets very much. But still, we are talking about lots of different investments, celebrities from Paris Hilton, Mike Tyson, Serena Williams. I mean, Lionel Messi, my favorite football player. they all now on the bandwagon of celebrity, of being fan and being believers in cryptocurrencies. And one person, maybe there are more, but this one I know personally, this gentleman, not only telling everybody that he is into Bitcoin, he is into crypto, he's also trying to pass his judgments. And Mr. Simmons, Gene Simmons of Kiss, I'm sure you all remember this wonderful face, this wonderful painted face. He is doing podcasts now, telling everybody that what he thinks of the markets, what he thinks of the economy, what he thinks about many different things, not directly related to music. I mean, it's nice to hear a view of a non-professional. Sometimes they become professionals, and not only he is making judgment about China, Ripple, dollars based on nothing. I mean, I have to ask him what he meant by this. I mean, maybe I will learn something from him. But he also told everybody in one of his podcasts that he is not only in Bitcoin, he is also in Ethereum, Litecoin, Dogecoin, Ripple, and other digital assets. So it's not going to change. This is not going to change perception, the value, the number of Bitcoins. It's not going to push price up or down because of the increased volume. No, of course not. Because even all these celebrities, I mean, it's going to be a very, very small volume of purchases. But that changes the perception of the people. That changes of the perception of the world. I mean, and it's funny, actually, it's funny when somebody with a huge economic and business background and experience tells the world that something is good. Well, the world listens, but not so attentively. But if Lindsay Lohan or Serena Williams or Paris Hilton says, hey, everybody listens. So it's funny, but this is how it is. So anyway, this is the steps that the market takes toward being accepted. And I'm sure that very soon, with the help of these ladies and gentlemen, with the help of social network, with the help of news that come from business community, the crypto is going to be, now it's 44 or 48. I honestly, last time, a couple of years ago, when somebody said 50, I said, yeah, right, okay, maybe. We are at almost 50 now. I mean, it really boils my brain. I mean, I'm sorry for being so excited about this, but this is how it is. I mean, when I was a scientist, scientific news, scientific breakthrough boiled my brain. I was I was in the beginning of one of the major breakthrough of modern technology and physics. At the time, it was fundamental physics, high temperature superconductivity. When I've heard about it, when I saw this, and when I worked with it, I was part of the team. I mean, I couldn't sleep, just as I cannot sleep right now with this. And just one thing, I said that the volumes of all these celebrities combined, the purchase volume, are not very high. They're not very high to what? Compared to what? There are, and I talked about it last time, and actually I talk about it almost every time. The major companies make huge purchases, like hundreds and sometimes even thousands of Bitcoins. And that, of course, is also making the market like bull market. Well, need to put a little bit of, I don't know, cold shower in that. We will see the correction. I mean, there is absolutely no doubt about it. We will see on the way up, we will see many corrections. One of them may be coming very, very soon. I came up with this view just yesterday. Honestly, I don't know what's the connection between Chinese New Year and dump and the correction of Bitcoin, but this sounded rather correct, rather proper to me. That's why I decided to tell you about it. So be careful watching what's going on within the next very, very short time. And now on an interesting side, on an amusing side, I don't know, you all know that, we all know, I mean, we are in this business, we are following the news, we know the name, everybody, I think everybody in the world knows the name of Satoshi Nakamoto. Nobody knows who he is. The latest idea, the latest suspicion is that Satoshi Nakamoto is, or at least one of Satoshi Nakamoto fame, is Sergey Nazarov. That the guy who came up with Chainlink, smartcontract.com, and it was actually, people think that he is himself Satoshi Nakamoto, or part of the team that is called itself Satoshi Nakamoto, because of certain time coincidence. The Chainlink is a decentralized network, and it connects smart contracts to a number of APIs, and it's part of smart contract, and it was created just 6 days before the Bitcoin white paper was published. There are a few more suggestions, a few more coincidences. I will be in New York as soon as lockdown where I am finishes, as soon as they open my airports, and I will ask Sergey whether indeed he is. I don't think he will tell me, but if he tells, I will definitely tell you immediately. Now, the mining companies, I mean, the whole excitement around the market could not be underestimated by the mining companies. After all, the mining companies are, we have this huge construction. At the bottom of this construction, at the foundation of this construction are miners, people who make Bitcoins. And there are some of them, and like, for example, this company Argo Blockchain that actually operates 16,000 Bitcoin mining rigs in North America, they believe in that so much that they, not only they're mining, even they're mining like 93, 95, close to 100 Bitcoins every month, but they even bought some Bitcoins themselves as a reserve asset, because they're so sure that it's going to go to the moon. What else can I say? And this comes from the people who probably know the market better than almost anybody else. If you were with me last week, I told you about new development, very, very important development. Visa, the payment company, decided to accept and provide certain instruments in a pilot program to the companies that for the companies to accept Bitcoin as payments. Excuse me. MasterCard joined this week, and it will let their merchants, the merchants who use MasterCard, accept payment in crypto. It's going to happen this year already, and this is, of course, is going to give huge push. You remember, I talk about it almost every time, but you remember that the push that actually brought the markets to where we are right now was made by PayPal. By PayPal acceptance, decision to accept Bitcoin as a payment instrument. Visa, MasterCard joined on this, and guess who else? Yes, Amazon. They are developing a new digital currency project, which is going to enable their customer to convert cash fiat currencies to digital currencies, not only Bitcoin, and many different, and that would help, in their view, would help their customers in the developing countries to use their services more effectively than they are now. I mean, this is what they say. It's a new payment product for Amazon. Should I say more? And on this huge increase in actually in the interest, in the volume, in the presence of crypto in our life, the centralized exchange tokens like Binance, like AQUÍ, FTX, most of them issued their own tokens, and these tokens are at no all-time high right now. It also another proof that Bitcoin is here, that crypto is here to stay. But we personally, I don't have any doubts about it. I hope you don't too. I mean, most of the correct crypto assets are not just something that is scarce and because of that they're expensive. No, they are expensive, and they are because they are sought after. They perform certain very important activity. Bitcoin, Filecoin, Ethereum, they all do something. Exchange of finances, exchange, decentralized exchange of files, smart contracts. They are something that is very, very useful products for this world and for this market. Well, India finally will have the crypto bill at the end of this month, exactly as they promised, exactly as my colleague, my friend in India, head of a law firm who introduced this bill, brought this bill to the government. He said end of February, it will be in consideration already. And earlier last week, there was, or even this week, I don't remember, there was a news from Nigeria that they got very, very strict on cryptocurrency, that they almost took away licenses of companies that deal in crypto. They just denied it. They said that it's that their directive was intended to protect the country financial system, but it's not going to be as brisk and as sharp as people thought it would be. So the scare is off. On a cold shower side, I mean, South Africa, FSCA, that's a major regulator of South African financial market in South Africa. These are their exact words: investing in crypto assets in any kind of investment involves taking very high risks. Look, hey, you're telling us, we know that, but also I say right now there are more risks in not being in the market than being in the market. I mean, don't miss out on that, please. And just to remind you, I showed this slide last time. I don't know whether you whether you were here or not. Governments want, all governments want their piece of the pie. Israel, South Korea, US, Kenya, South Africa, they all are going to introduce, and introducing already, the taxation system that would take some of the profit away. Well, I'm sure we will live with that. I mean, like one of my friends said once, to be rich, it doesn't mean to spend less. It means to earn more. And guys, I hope with the help of qubit technology, with the help of knowledge that we're giving you, you will make more money than ever before. Okay, now let's talk about robots. This, as I said, this is something that I wanted to talk about wanted to talk about today and show you how they operate. Not how they operate, I will indeed show you today. But intended to show you how to connect them to your accounts, how to connect them to Qubitech accounts. I will do it next time, I promise. Right now, we're just going to have like a brief view of what they are and detailed look at how they make money for you. This is very, very important to understand how some technology is making money for you. Well, what is robot? I'm not going to go over this again. This is just algorithms that can independently look at the market, take the data, and make decisions in line with their algorithms of opening and closing asset, and in our case, cryptocurrency. Advantage is obvious. I mean, they are emotionless. They have financial security because with our robots, with our particular robots, you don't trade. You trade in own. You allow them to trade in your own account. I mean, there are two big issues with people who decide to invest money in something. One issue is to be sure that the money is making money. And the second is that the company will not go broke or will not go some bad intentions, which is seldom. Usually it's some troubles with the company. In this particular case, with our robots, with Qubit technology robots, you are not to be worried about safety of your funds because they are in your own accounts, in the exchange of your choice. Where you're working with two exchanges right now, Binance and Bitfinex. You don't need any understanding how to trade, and it works all the time, whether your computer is on or off, it doesn't matter. It works all the time and doesn't take lunch breaks or it doesn't need to sleep. These robots are, I mean, we're really exploiting these poor things. I mean, I hope they will not remember this to us when they rebel. I hope so. So these are three robots that the company, that Qubit technology operating right now. We're going to talk today about two of them, a flat robot and trend robot. A flat robot, as it's obvious from its name, from the title, from the what it's called, is the robot that works in the flat markets. Flat markets meaning when the price settles in a certain corridor and does not change. It's not a bull market, not bear market, just flat market. And trend robot, which the one that works when we have certain trend, like now in all our cryptocurrencies, major cryptocurrencies, we have a bullish trend. So probably the trend robot is going to work more for you than any other things than the other one. So now I just want to tell you how they operate. It's very, very important to know, even though it's not absolutely necessary. I mean, you don't need to know how this robot makes money for you. But believe me, if you do, it would make you feel a little bit better, and also you will be able to brag it at a cocktail party, at somebody's birthday, wedding, some meetings. I mean, you will be able to say to your colleagues or your spouse, look, I do this, and they will look from the bottom up to you. If you use certain terms, believe me, I know. I mean, every time I start talking about markets, people gather around me, and at any event, people gather around me and they listen. So anyway, the strategy of the flat robot is based on changing the value of RSI. I will talk in a few minutes. I will tell you exactly what RSI, remind you what RSI is because we talked about it. RSI oscillator, and when it crosses the selected range boundaries, that would be the indications, the signal to enter the market or to exit the market. So there are two signals to enter the market. It's when RSI value is from 30 to 37, and a robot receives the input signal and it buys opens the trade. And when it's from 50 to 55, in a second I'll show you the picture, you will understand why we're talking about this. When it's 50, when the RSI crosses the bottom to top, robot also receives the signal. Well, one thing is important to enter the market, but then you need to know, the robot needs to know when to close the trade, which in my view, sometimes even more important than to know when to open the trade, a trade. So there are three different possibilities. If exit, for the exit entry point, I mean, look, I don't want to get into very, very detailed into this. You just need to know that it all depends on RSI, and when it reaches take profit level or stop loss level, then the position is closed. Also, it could be closed by when the market reaches when certain conditions occur. Even if it doesn't reach take profit or stop loss, but certain conditions occur, it's going to close the trade. And that is actually exactly what I was telling about when you open and close based on the RSI value. For the trend robot is based on the moving average indicator. I'll tell you in a second what it is, not tell, remind you. On 4 point, 9 point, 20 point indicator, moving average indicator, and on RSI oscillator. There are three different conditions that indicate the signal for the robot to enter the market. And just like in the case of the flat robot, to exit a position, there are three different values, situations with moving average that occur. That would be the signals for to exit the position. Time frame from 1 hour to 1 day. I personally do not trade anywhere lower than 4 hours. Not enough information, not enough indications that this is proper. So it's up to you. I mean, 1 hour and 2 hours are also not bad and also profitable, but you enter market more often and get every time with a lesser profit value. You know, for people who are very, very eager to see things moving, of course, the lower time frame is better because, you know, I have several strategies that I teach to my clients, my friends, my students, and they are all, every strategy, every trading strategy is based on certain conditions that indicators, certain values that indicators take, or the lines cross, some lines crossing. And I remember one case very well, and it's a very, very depictive case. It's very, very widespread. I mean, I told my colleague, not colleague actually, colleagues work properly. It was a student and the client. I told him, look, if this happens, you enter the market. If this happens, you exit the market. And it was based on, I think, 4-hour chart. And, you know, I look at his trading history next day or in a week, and I say, and I tell him, look, why you did this, all this? And he said, look, I don't have enough patience to wait until all these indicators come to certain level, come to certain picture. So I trade just like I did before, based on my intuition. my friends, I mean, and this is very, very important. If your trading is based on your intuition, unless of course you are super positive extra sense, which I hope you're not, but if your trades are based on your intuition, this is the road to hell. I'm sorry to say this. I mean, there is no such a thing in trading as intuition. You need to have strategy, which is based on certain parameters, and you have to follow it religiously. If you don't, look, you may be lucky 5 times, and the 6th time when you're unlucky will wipe out everything you got. So, and the robots do not have intuition, as far as I know, but they only trade based on the pure math approach, which I love very much. Now, just very briefly, I will remind you, because we spoke about it, what is simple moving average and what is RSI. Simple moving average is a simple thing. It's a line that represents the average of several market values which are taken over a certain period of time. And obviously, the less this value is, the less the number of these points is taken into consideration, then the more the line is close to the real chart, and the more the more days you take, or not days, the more points you take, the smoother it is. For example, if we're talking moving average 30, we take the 30 days, we add them, we divide them by 30, and this is the value on the chart for the moving average at this particular day. Most common moving averages are 50, 100, and 200, but we are using for crypto because it's a lot more volatile than stock market or the currency market. We use lower values. Our robots work extremely well with lower values. Now, how do we make a decision based on moving average? It's called, I like the name, golden cross. It's when a line of short-term moving average crosses a longer-term line. If it could be either bearish or bullish breakout is going to happen soon. And for example, if a 50-day moving average crosses over 200-day moving average, this indicates that bearish market is approaching. And if it crosses under 200, we're talking about bullish sentiment. Here's the picture. Okay, here this is 50, and 50 is red, 200 is blue. So you see, this is a good indication. It crossed and the market went down. It crossed from below and the market went up. Believe me, it works most of the time. When I say most of the time, it's important because the markets are not only governed by technical indicators. There are things happening. If Mr. Musk will say something else important, if he says that Bitcoin is no good, markets will fall. But on the days when there is no extremely important news, this is what is happening. It works perfectly. The indicator works perfectly. Now, another indicator, which I personally think probably is one of the best indicators ever, and actually they both are the best. I mean, RSI and moving average, the indicators on which our robots activity is based on, this pair is the best. I mean, people use other things. People use more elaborate Fibonacci, good. But these two are giving the the best results. What is it? Relative strength indicator, RSI, is a very powerful. It works in every market, and also it works in crypto market as well. What it is, it's a momentum indicator that measures the magnitude of recent price changes. When we spoke about it before, when we spoke about RSI in our one of the previous meetings, I gave you an example. It's a lot more difficult to stop a car which weighs, so let's say 3 tons, than a car that weighs a ton. I mean, it first of all, it will have braking distance more. You need to apply more effort to stop this heavier vehicle, heavier object than a lighter object. Same here, the higher RSI, it's an indication of the momentum of the market. I mean, more people buy, more RSI. The RSI is larger. More people sell, and so, you know, I mean, more people are doing something. Let's not talk about buying or selling. More people doing certain actions, opening trades, then RSI, it reflects on the RSI, and that is the momentum of the market. This is how it looks on one of my trading. This is Bitcoin. RSI is down here, and this neutral area above it means that it's oversold. Below it means it's overbought. I'm sorry. Below it means it's oversold. I don't want to get into details, don't have much time for that. Just want to show you a few pictures. So just to say it, overbought is a sell signal, oversold is a buy signal. And what I showed you, this is a level of 70 and 30. So when it's above 70, it's overbought. If it's below 30, it's oversold. There are different approaches, more extreme approaches, more conservative, more outgoing approaches. That is not important right now, not that important. Overbought means that too many people bought this coin or token, and the price is going to pull back. And same for oversold. And here is a picture. I wanted to get straight to this picture. Okay, this is the bottom of the chart. You see the RSI chart with a neutral area with overbought and oversold area. And you can see here that when it crosses, when it's at the bottom, it's a signal for the market to go up. Well, it's not a signal. I'm sorry to say for saying that for wording like that. It's not a signal for the market. I mean, market does not take my signals or RSI signals. It's a signal that the market very likely will move up if it crosses this 30 line here. Same here, and you can see. Well, I don't have it. Don't have the picture, but you see when it crosses at the bottom, at the top, it goes down. So our robots are based. Flat and trend robots are based on these two major indicators. I will devote another special session to explaining in great details how they work and why they are working. I don't want to do this for everybody because not everybody needs it. But this is, as I said, the most powerful, the most powerful and most selective indicators that there are, RSI and moving average. And our robots that make money for you, Qubit technology robots, the robots that make money for you are based on these state-of-the-art indicators. And not going to get into much details on this robot. Also, I will also devote a special session to that. It's a smart robot. If flat robot and trend robot are working only on 3 three pairs. It's Bitcoin and US. It's Ethereum and US, and then Bitcoin versus Ethereum. This robot is using a lot more pair, dozens of pair. It analyzes them, and it makes a lot more correct and often frequent decisions. It's based on, it's a full-fledged trading system. I mean, which uses not just two indicators, it uses a lot more indicators, technical, and also fundamental. The fundamental factors were also built in. So this is, and of course, the return on this robot is a lot higher than on the trend or flat robot. We'll talk in more details, and I'll show you next time. I hope, if nothing major happens to the market, I will show you exactly what to do and how to connect these robots to your account on Binance and Bitfinex. And you connect them, and you can rest assured that your bank account is going to grow. And I wish you very, very happy trades. I wish you very successful trades. And hope by the next time we meet, you're going to be somebody a lot wealthier than you are today. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Have a good week. Have a good time. Goodbye.